Good evening, my friends. Today we react to another cringe TikTok kind of compilation. The last one was kind of good. It was kind of scary. This blue-haired girl gave me chills. So I'm really looking forward to the next one because I like to torture myself in form of watching crap on the internet. And yeah. If you like my videos, please leave a like. Help me destroy the YouTube algorithm. If you don't want to subscribe, no problem, because I saw that most of my viewers didn't subscribe to the channel. No problem with that anyways. But what you can do for me is leave a like.
What the hell is even that?
Controversial opinion, but if you have a token white and you're hanging out with your friend group of color, you need to ask permission from everybody in the group to bring your white friend. Like, don't just bring them. Ask
Clearly racism.
for explicit
And yeah, racism against white people is real. It is a thing.
permission from everyone. Because just because you're comfortable with them doesn't mean that everybody's comfortable with them. I might not be in the mood to deal with white shenanigans that day.
Yeah, this is clearly racism. It's clearly racism.
That's all I'm saying. And another thing, it feeds into their ego. Like, don't let them think they're a good white person. Don't give them that card to use against other people. Please don't do that.
The reason we have so much discrimination in the world today is because you feed your children animal products. From birth, we're taught that certain animals, like pets, should be loved and cared for, but then these animals over here, cows, pigs, chickens, and fish, should be tortured and murdered.
Okay, people, I really don't give a shit about what people eating. If you're vegan, go ahead, be a vegan. If you're a meat eater, be a meat eater. I love meat. I'm so far away from being a vegan, but no one really can tell me that being vegan is completely healthy. No. The human is made to eat meat. You want to see the best evidence? Look in the mirror. Look at your teeth. So look at these vegans that eating their fucking, I don't know, cardboard shit or something like that and have to eat a lot of pills, supplements to even function.
Kids is the root of all discrimination that we see in the world. Just imagine if we taught our children to treat all animals fairly and
So, another question. Maybe some of you can answer me this question. So if all the people around the world would stop eating meat, what do you think would happen? Overpopulation on every animal around. I live my life, I eat meat, but not that many meat, not every day, but every third day, I guess. But I would never dictate anyone what they should eat or not, because eating is very personal. So it's not my job to educate other people what they have to eat or not. So this whole vegan debate is unnecessary. It's a private thing. If you choose to eat plant-based food, eat it. But let the rest of us alone with it, you know? If you choose to eat meat, eat it. But let the rest do whatever the hell they want.
Okay, one, yes, I'm sitting in my car because my daughter's asleep. And yes, I'm using a beauty filter because it's been a long day educating the world's youth, and I need it. But, like, is anyone else tired of this, like, audio that's like, what's not clicking, Steven? Like, I'm over it, especially when white women do it. Like, I'm just so tired of seeing white women use audios on TikTok that are, like, clearly.
Oh man, I really love when white people being racist to other white people because they think when they being racist to their own race, that makes them kind of superior, which can make them pretty stupid.
Clearly given to us by the black community, by black content creators, and, like, no credit given, no recognition of, like.
Let me tell you something here, and maybe I will get a little bit of heat for this, but there is no white privilege. There is none. I really never experienced white privilege. So if I break the law, I go to jail. If I don't pay my rent, I got kicked out of my apartment. If I don't work, I get fucked up from society. Where is my white privilege? Really, show me my white privilege.
Where this originated. Like, the amount of clout that white women have gotten off the backs of black content creators is unreal. Imagine a world where Addison Rae could only use content made by white. The privilege that white people have, that anything that
There is no white privilege. There is no black privilege. There is nothing. The only real privilege that really exists is money. This is the only privilege. It's money privilege. It's about the money, not the race and not the skin color or whatever. The elites, they sit above on their thrones and they laugh at people like you because you are so stupid. You're so fucking stupid that you really believe that all this is about skin color. You're so dumb. You're really dumb. Your kid, I really feel sorry for your kid for having a stupid mother like you, because every human with a functional brain knows that there is no skin color privilege whatsoever. It's about money. People with money are in charge and being privileged. Those people. It doesn't matter if they're Asian, black, Latin, European, whatever. When you break the shit down, it's all about the money.
they want, they just take for themselves and use for their benefit. So,
What the fucking shit? Does she have a neck?
Here are some examples of my gender fluidity being a little bitch. Number 1, feeling like a guy and visiting my relatives. I don't know if you know this, but I am not out to my family. Therefore, when I'm feeling like a guy but I have to present super feminine in front of my relatives, it makes me feel icky inside. Also, gender dysphoria is a bit. Number 2, when suddenly my gender decides to change right before bed. I'll just be vibing and then it'll be like, bye.
Your gender changes automatically. You must be a robot.
Binder time. No, Michael, it's not binder time, it's bedtime.
Mental illness is real.
Number 3, in the frickin' middle of the day. I'll be walking all happily along. It's a real bitch.
Tips on how you can be a better intersex ally. When it comes to inclusive language, oftentimes people tend to use phrases like people with penises or people with vaginas rather than saying male and female or men and women. While this can absolutely be
There are only men and women. There are only men and women. Accept it, and your life will be easier.
inclusive for trans people, unfortunately it's not always the most inclusive language for intersex people. My advice is to use language that focuses on function and not just form. That means focusing on the actual function that you're talking about, such as people who can get pregnant, people who can get other people pregnant, people who are at risk of testicular cancer, and so on and so forth. This is much more inclusive because there are intersex people who are born with a vagina.
So, how bored do you have to be to sit around and do shit like this? And how meaningless your life has to be to do shit like this? Get a job. Get a fucking job. Be a useful part of society. Stop doing this crap. Tell you what, I use my language. This is male, female, end of story.
Listen, if you don't qualify for a mental illness under capitalism and fascism, then
I really think that the trans movement turning fascist nowadays. Because when you search the meaning of the word fascism, what that means, you will pretty quickly find out that the trans people, or many of the trans people, act really fascist.
I don't fucking trust you, because that means that you are fine with your dystopian reality and everything is okay. Mental illness is a political identity and always has been.
Instead of using the typical mom and dad parent titles, there's actually gender neutral and non-binary parent titles that exist. It can be hard for parents within the LGBTQIA+ community to find a word that they feel comfortable being addressed as by their children. So
I hope that people like this person will never be in a position to teach kids, because this fucked up ideology is pure evil.
Here are some examples.
And most of the time, they force their shit on kids because they know manipulating a kid is pretty easy. Manipulating an adult, not that easy.
Dama, Mada, Maddie, Madi, Mappa, Nini.
If I could say what I think right now, I would say
Nopa, Nori, Opa, Pere, Pom Pom, Zaza, and Zizi. You can find more examples on the website listed above. I would
nope, you crazy fuck.
also like to say I cannot believe that 12,000 of you are following me.
And I believe that these 12,000 people that are following you are exactly like you. Fucked in the head. Fucked in the head.
Guess what, fuckers? My patience has run out. Pansexuality is not inherently biphobic. They are both valid sexualities. Both of them. And while yes, I have seen pansexual people use that label for questionable reasons, they pretty quickly get it once you explain things to them. They do. And not only that, but do you know who likes to use specific or...
Did you realize that all these people with their fucked up ideologies always try to teach other people and correct other people, want to be accepted without giving acceptance to other people with different opinions? So people, I don't want to go any further in this rabbit hole of TikTok cringe for today. I will do maybe in the future another reaction video to this, but this is so crazy, it gets me angry. It really gets me angry. This whole thing exists. That I really get pissed when about the fact that we have to talk about this. So we have way, way, way more important problems on this planet than fucked up people with their fucked up gender bullshit. That was it from me. Good night.